Welcome to the Sunday Funday Podcast. The hangover never sounded so good. I'm your host, Akil Patterson. We're joined today with the man who squeezes all the love out of everything, Juice. We got the instigator who literally goes into the bathroom and loses fights with himself in the mirror. And we've got the Rage, Eli the Rage, our producer, who's come and join us this week. And this is the Sunday Funday Podcast. And today we're talking about, is there a secret to life, or are we being sold a dream? What? Eli just gave that look like,
is there a secret to life?
Is there a secret to life? Like
long
longevity.
Life?
Yeah.
How
Secret
to
to
live
life, longevity.
Okay.
I just wanted to break the ice by saying that if there's any viewers out there that really enjoy the show and wonder where some of our edits are coming September 9th or post, now you know who he looks like, what his name is. And he's our producer,
Oh, God. No, it's not my fault. They're doing it.
And I know he's 28 years old, so sometimes he's going to say, hey, 29
I'm getting flagged. I'm getting doxxed.
Yeah, well,
I'm getting... and his address. His address is.
I have a lot of faith in this cat. I support this dude. If he needed help with me from me, I would come in a second.
I'm getting glazed up right now. He's glazing me, guys.
He's our guy. He's our guy.
So I did want to. Last night I was actually watching some old YouTubes.
I love it. Food's YouTube.
And back in the day, there were these guys that would be on Good Morning America, and they'd be like, hey, let's go say to Dorothy for her 100th birthday. Dorothy, what's the secret to life? And Dorothy's like,
she's turned 101.
Yeah, she's like, I turned 105. Dorothy's like, did you work out? No. Did you just? I smoke every day. Dorothy, what's the secret to life? And Dorothy's like, I don't know.
Dorothy don't remember.
Yeah, Dorothy doesn't remember.
It's big that she could admit that.
But then it's then you meet somebody else, and you've got all these people, these fitness instructors. Recently, like this guy who's like a super fit. I'm going to run cross. Dies at 38. Dies at 32. One guy died at 28 years old because he was taking the pre-workout stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently it was like not a good mix with his body, and he died. So here's my question. Is there really a secret to longevity, or are we just kind of being sold this barrel of lies from the kombucha and White Claw and all these people,
White Claw.
The Greeks and some of the Greek mythology that you'll read will say that the longer your life, the more miserable you'll be. You might have the more miserable that you are, the longer you'll be here for, and the more grandiose your life.
I like it.
This is just.
So if you're a miserable bastard, then you'll live long as a miserable bastard.
Kissinger, it seems to be true. It does seem to be true.
Maybe.
Who? You talking about?
Kissinger True. That's actually a t-shirt.
No, he's like Henry Kissinger.
He's a miserable bastard. He's still alive.
Yes.
All this time.
Okay, so Kissinger True is a great t-shirt.
Souls live forever.
Yeah,
so if you're not familiar with Henry Kissinger, he was what was he, the Secretary of State under Nixon, and apparently they blame him for a lot of bad things.
Actual war criminal. He should be tried for war crimes. But anyway,
okay.
He's still alive at 99. Great for him.
Is he really 99?
We love it, folks.
He just showed up somewhere. Oh, he's on Epstein's list.
Yes,
I
am sure
he is.
On that last episode, on our last episode, when we talked about the Richmond, north of Richmond, he's probably one of those people
that would be
the
best channel to have as a podcast.
But yeah, no, he's an ancient old bastard and an awful person, and he's lived forever. So it seems that maybe that's a strategy.
Assholes live forever.
Be an awful person.
Well, wasn't there was a guy years ago? He had I think he just recently died, maybe 2-3 years ago. He was on his third heart.
How to get them hearts?
There was a multi-billionaire. He was on his third heart.
The multi-millionaire is the important part.
Yeah, he literally was like...
That list wasn't long for him, huh?
No.
Yeah.
So if you believe that mind over matter and as an athlete or someone working on a project that 90% of it is here in pre-production and how you plan, then...
I'm sorry. I am stand corrected. His name was David Rockefeller. He was a billionaire.
He's a Rockefeller.
And he was on his sixth heart transplant when he died.
They're very lucky he could do that. I'm very fortunate of him.
Rockefeller.
And he received his 6th transplant at the age of 99.
That's normal.
And the Rockefellers.
That's a good system. I'm glad that he could do that.
Because we want to hop a 99-year-old up to the top of the heart transplant
Gotta keep
list.
her going.
Yeah,
It would be a shame if
for
he
1 or
passed
2
on.
more years.
It wasn't his
6
time.
families, 7 corporations.
No, he's got
Six
ages.
families, 7 corporations.
He's got more life.
The
left.
Rockefellers, the
Gosh, darn it.
Rockefellers were Standard Oil, and
Yes.
basically they were these right-wing Ohio Christian conservatives.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And basically now, if you look at them, they are just like a bunch of most of the families are smaller now because they didn't have a lot of children because they
We
were
got a
so
lot of heart transplants.
well, they were so mean to each other.
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah, for sure.
what was the Anderson Cooper's family, like the Vanderbilts.
Vanderbilts, yeah.
They're all but poor. Like when the Commodore Vanderbilt died in 1901 or whatever, he literally was worth what was the equivalent today of $800 billion.
Insane.
And now the family has nothing.
I would
Anderson seems to be doing well for himself.
No.
His mom was doing pretty good too.
She was, but that's the family is all but poor.
They're
but they
pretty
still have
involved in centralized
influence.
banking.
Yeah.
But what I think we're drilling down on is it doesn't help. Doesn't hurt to be rich if you want to live a long life. I don't think it.
Sure.
Don't think it hurts.
Well, clearly not,
Absolutely
because
not.
David Rockefeller had 6.
Exactly. I
And
think
the
it's,
last one coming at 99, it's like, well, hold on. Was he able? How did he even get it? He had to go to Paraguay
well,
or
it's a
something.
factor. Let's say it's not the
Great.
only. It's the only thing, but
That's
it doesn't. That's what
a
I'm
great
saying.
way to say it.
Yeah.
Less
Because
stress.
you can have all this other stress from it.
And have bad
stress.
genetics, perhaps.
Sure.
Correct.
You're Habsburg.
But the
You're-
money
you're
pays.
inbred as-
Have, like my mother-in-law's 5th husband, who she married twice.
Oh boy.
Who was a complete total piece of shit and smoked and drank until he stroked out
Sure.
80 plus years old. And you're going the guy would show up to Thanksgiving, he was purple with the oxygen mask on, and you're like, how? Right?
How
You're
rich
like,
was he?
Oh, he had nothing, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
He had
he,
nothing.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
He might have had
yeah.
something up
So
here,
he
though.
might have just been evil.
That's the other thing.
And they both God and the devil were like,
But-
we don't
but
want
see,
that.
That's what we're talking about.
Nobody
I don't
wanted
think
them.
there is no secret.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a quote unquote funeral even.
Yeah, some people just go and they're like,
It was their time.
you
No,
you
I
are
mean,
you are
yeah.
disliked when somebody goes.
Does the
it was their
anger
time.
When you
does
get
the anger and the attitude carry you further? Just being mad at life, mad at things, rather than being complacent
I think
and sitting down and letting life take you over. Does the anger and that attitude carry you further?
I'll tell
As
you-
of it's fighting everything in your life, fighting everyone,
having a reason to live, even if it's hate.
but
Okay.
it's
ready?
just being a mean motherfucker.
Who's the fucking instigator that this guy always says is fighting himself constantly? That's my fucking.
He's gonna live forever.
editorial.
Yeah,
No,
is
here's
this
the
why
deal.
you look like
Here's
you're
the
fucking
Here's the
spitting
deal.
30, dog?
Here's the deal. I know that whatever that is that
Yeah.
created all this
Oh, it's
crap
it's
is telling me I'm on borrowed fucking time. That if I don't change my shit
sure.
and I don't find resolute, that I won't realize goodness. I have been fucking saved, you guys. I have put myself in. I know we all got hard lives and interesting backgrounds. We got Maryland, we got Virginia, we got Portland. Yeah, I have led a fucking colorful life, and I've walked away from crazy shit. And you got to ask yourself, why? And I'm still not being service minded, and that's what they're saying I should be doing.
Well,
But you're
They're giving me
still on
a
that-
short period of time, and I know that it's close because I'm boiling over. I'm having interactions with people who are administrators at high schools that I'm blowing my fucking top, dude.
But
And
does
it's not okay. It's not
So-
okay.
Does
But-
that fuel your longevity?
Yeah, the longevity.
Does that fuel your longevity, or when you sit down, you cross your hands like this, right? And you're like, I'm good with the world, and you're completely complacent with everything in life.
There's no resolve.
Is that when your time starts ticking,
juice?
or do you just keep fighting things your
There's no
entire life
resolve.
and you're 86?
But when I lay my head down, here's what I can tell you, truthful. There's no resolve in my life. But when I close my eyes and put my head down, I sleep like a motherfucking baby for 8 hours.
So, do you want to hear what the government says is the secret to long life?
Let's hear what the let's hear what the Richmond, North of Richmond have to say about
Oliver Anthony.
So the number, you know what? I'll start backwards. I'll start probably from like number 10. All right.
Number 10.
Number 10, weight loss. People who tend to lose weight over their lifetime. Sure. It doesn't say you were skinny or that you've already like stayed fit. It's people who changed lifestyle and lost weight tend to live longer. Number 10. Number 9, get married or find a life partner. You tend to live longer because your significant other is.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Remember that one?
I wonder why.
I'm gonna hold that one in my back pocket. Well, you ever notice like for some people that are truly in love, it's like less than a year after their loved one passed that they're like, yeah, I'm good. Like and a lot of people like tend to like say, oh, well, grandma passed and granddad went like followed her, and you know, but a lot of times people go, it was for the best. They were so in love, they couldn't live without each other.
I've gone through a lot of therapy. Gone through like at least 5,
7.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good. We're good numbers.
No. You've been through 7 because you've told us before. You had to stop and
Maybe I fucked up. But I can name 5 off the top of that. Anyways,
both prides.
The long story short is what you're talking about is going from selflessness throughout your lifespan to when you start to reach the end of your lifespan, and that selflessness ends where that partner dies, and then you go to selfishness. At that, because of course you should be. You're 85 years old, and you go to selfishness, and there's nothing left to live for. You've seen your grandchildren, whether they thrive or not. You've seen that play out. That's all we usually forecast for, and so you go to selfishness. And I think that's when you accept that piece. That's maybe when you delineate and die.
Now, you guys are going to be very interesting to know these next 2.
Oh, right, the hot ones.
They're actually.
Is this 9 and 8?
This is 8 and 7. So we are. So number 10 was the weight loss. People who tend to lose weight over their lifetime.
Okay.
Number 9 is getting hitched, getting married, or finding a life partner. Number 7 and 8 are very specific. They are either Polynesian or Okinawan diets, so basically Japan or like Samoan, Hawaiian diets.
Interesting.
Not while they're there, like on the islands and stuff like that. And then number 7 is a Mediterranean diet, which is sometimes known as like a Greek diet, which is like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, olive oil,
When was
fish.
this study taken?
This is from 2022. This is the top 10 from 2022.
Recent.
So these are and again, these things like it helps with like high blood pressure. Sure. Your lowers your sugar intake because you're getting natural sugars. Just all sorts of stuff.
As a quick preview for the rest of the list, do they mention wealth or having money?
Right.
No.
We're not
Do they?
There might be 5 through 1.
Come on.
Do they?
You're jumping the queue here. All right. Here we go.
I don't.
It's
Yeah.
a trickle down thing.
All right. Do you want to hear number 6?
Yes, of course.
All right, number 6.
No, I don't.
No, we're doing a top 10, but let's be NAD about it.
This one might play in a little bit to what Eli's talking about. People who take naps.
I hate naps.
No. It says people.
I can't.
No, people who take naps tend to live longer because they have the leisure in order to take naps.
Okay.
Leisure.
Okay.
Leisure.
Is it not weird? It's like it's not about a nap. It's about they have the leisure.
I want to start racing through these. Keep going because I have my particular thing that I
Again,
want them to mention.
that's close. That's
6
it brings down stress. All right.
Tell you,
So that's number 6.
God, no, we're just gonna go through the list.
Well,
I'm 51 years old.
Yes, and you
I'm
nap.
gonna tell you that I take a scheduled nap for no more than 45 minutes, and when I take it after I wake up, 45 minutes, right as fucking rain.
Sure. I'm as a person.
Sean O'Malley doesn't stand a chance against the
What'd you say?
You're one step ahead.
What are you saying?
As a 35-year-old, I've never been able to nap. I'm not a napper. There's too much going on. And you asked me earlier, when you lay your head down at night, do you sleep? Do you just get it? No, never. I never. It's
remember,
always on.
This is a de-stressor.
always
So if you don't have
going.
the stress and you're able to take the nap, that means you have the wealth, or you have
Maybe
the
not.
resources,
Okay.
and you don't work
Maybe
that
you're just the
traditional
person-
job, and you don't have to remember. As long as you go to sleep within 30 minutes, if you can do 30 minutes or less, it prevents you from falling into REM sleep, because REM sleep happens after 90 minutes.
right.
So if you can stay under
And I
30
never
minutes,
reach REM.
yeah. So
don't.
that's
I-
embracing the art of the nap. Number 5,
Yeah.
people who quit smoking. If you're able to quit smoking before the age of 50, your life expectancy.
Okay.
increases.
Yeah.
I
That
know,
is
right?
huge. I got time, bro.
My grandpa
I
got
don't
lung
smoke.
cancer, or not
I
lung,
don't
throat
smoke.
cancer, and he
stopped in my
stopped
early
well
30s.
before 50. But
And he died of.
he's still alive.
See?
He still lives.
My mother-in-law never smoked anything in her life. Lung and throat cancer. Died November.
That is. Yeah.
How do you call that?
That's crazy.
I know.
How do you call that? It's life.
Mystery of life, dude.
What is
Mystery of life.
There's no
We
secret.
can't- you're asking
There's
me
no
for an
secret.
answer. We
No,
can't.
there,
We
no,
can't. It's a
because
mystery.
I don't expect an answer. That's the
You know,
thing.
it's a
It's-
mystery.
yeah, I don't expect one.
You don't get to know it
What's-
until you're on the other side of it.
Sure. Or you're
Do we
86.
look back and we see all the other people? Dude, does all that shit even matter? Who knows?
And by the way, this study was over a 50-year period.
Okay.
Sure.
And it-
I appreciate
and it
that.
said,
I appreciate that.
As long as he's like, if you quit by
Wait,
30, you add an extra decade.
And then just one.
Wow.
This is a
then
government
40
study, you said?
Well, it's a British study.
Quit by 40.
It's a British study, so I'm going to assume British or some sort of
Who
Well,
was doing
that
it?
it's
matters,
an
I think.
institution. It's just an institutional study. So then there.
4 and 3.
Well, it was a British study. It doesn't say
4.
the institution. Number 4.
4.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Ready?
Sex.
Nope. Your
It's
friends.
in there. I feel like it's in there.
Your friends.
I felt
Wow.
fucking
Okay.
up there.
That was
Okay.
my second answer.
Okay.
Sex with
I'm
your
losing a
friends.
lot. I've lost
What
a lot
about
of
what does it say
So
about
it says,
your friends?
It says your friends' habits rub off on you. So your buddies with healthy lifestyles or healthy outlooks on life, that says both lifestyles and outlooks, your chances of becoming obese go up if you have friends that are already your obesity rate goes up if you have friends that are always depressed or always taking you out to eat and are putting in like high saturated fats and all sorts of stuff. There also says smoking also breeds your social ties.
Yeah.
So if you hang out with people who are smokers,
15-minute smoke breaks. You want to
Yeah.
go talk to somebody? You want to get out of that cubicle for a minute? I'm going to go take a 15-minute smoke. I might not smoke, but I want to get outside for a minute.
I fear
we
you.
You're
all
gonna smoke because it is a social thing. When they all bust out
Oh,
the fags,
yeah.
you're jumping on one too.
Let's not talk
Thanks,
about
sorry.
it.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
not talk about
We're clearly talking about a British guy because he just is.
No, dragon
Fuck.
a fag. Dude, that's
Yeah, dude, like that. Whoa, okay.
Bones.
Never heard
Cigarettes.
anyone
Bones.
say
It's a
Fags.
British term.
No, I know.
It's British.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No connotation.
no, for
at
sure.
all.
No,
Yeah.
we're just saying it's a British term. But yeah, so your friends. So if you choose your
Bogies.
friends more wisely,
Whatever.
it helps. It helps your life expectancy. And then again, remember that 15-minute smoke break used to be written into policy.
Sure, it
Like,
still
you
is,
could-
though.
Well, no, they actually removed it.
They did.
So now they give you like for every hour or 2 hours that you work, you can take 15-minute walk breaks,
Which
is like
just gonna
outside.
lie.
but you get more
Cigarette smoke,
that's
right?
more smoke breaks.
No,
Check it out.
no,
Because
no.
you used to get two
you-
per 40,
When did
two
you graduate
per
from high
2
school?
hours.
you get two 15 minutes.
Every 2 hours.
But that used to be it's just per work day.
Yeah, these are every 2
So
hours. you're
every
allowed
2
to
hours you
15.
work, you get a 15-minute walk break, right? That equates to at least double the amount of smoke breaks.
So you get basically they're giving you an hour off per day just to go walk and
how many
clear heads.
15 minutes are in an hour?
But you can't smoke a cigarette while you're walking.
No, that's
two.
what the yeah.
Every-
They just
every
can't say
2
smoke
hours.
breaks.
Every
Okay.
2 hours.
It's not a
They
smoke
don't
break.
call it
it's
that
a
anymore.
walk break.
It's more than
Two,
it's more than
four,
two. It's more than
6,
2.
8.
Sure, it's more than
So
2.
that's 4.
Right. They doubled the
So you
amount
get-
of
but,
smoke
but, you
breaks.
get, but you basically get an hour
Sure.
to walk.
Is
How
this
much
just for
can you
retail,
smoke
or
when you
who
work
is
from
it?
home?
It's not saying for retail. It's just saying
Unlimited.
it's what-
So what are the rest on the list?
All right. What?
I said, what are the rest of the
I have a
list?
question though, real quick.
Number 3.
Whoa, wait, back up though. real quick. Just back up 1 second.
Okay.
I want one second thing. You graduated high school what year?
2006.
You graduated high school what year?
I don't know, some 2000.
Was it 2000?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You graduated when?
What?
2013.
Please just get to your point.
2013. I graduated in 1991. My high school
Class 91
had student smoking section.
Well, we were never allowed to smoke in the school as students, but they did have a bridge.
I'm just trying to let you know, like it was a thing, like it was an accepted.
Hold on, but was it in the school?
No, it was outside the school.
Right.
Yeah, we had a bridge too. You could go smoke at the bridge because you had 18-year-olds.
Like even though like what I'm getting at was
we just dipped.
It was part of society that young people could smoke.
And
cigarettes.
having a hunting rifle in the back of your truck or bringing it into the principal office.
Well, first off, we weren't allowed to bring them in, but we can have them on back.
You can check them in with the principal.
No, and he went to school in Virginia.
You can
and I went
bring
in
guns.
Maryland.
If
You
you're
can have
hunting before school starts, which you go out and you hit the stand,
you can keep it in the back of your truck.
you keep it in the back of your truck, or then they changed it. You have to bring it into the principal office.
Huh?
Did your family hunt?
I've gone hunting. My family's not traditional hunters, but we've all hunted. But again,
my
you
father's
just
an avid
You're
hunter.
a field and stream kind of guy.
so you can literally you were allowed to have gun racks, so students could come to campus. You could have the gun rack on the back of your truck. The only thing they said is you have to secure your vehicle and let somebody know that the gun was in there.
Yeah, checking in.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
back on topic though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
100%. No,
I'm interested.
100%.
I'm interested.
All
I
right,
want to know.
So number 4 was choosing your friends.
Sure.
Right. Number 3 is making friends. People who tend to make friendships and have like lasting conversations with people, all like multiple different types of friends, tend to have more happier lives because they diversify their friendship almost like their portfolio.
Sounds like if you're on a podcast, you could live for ever.
That's
I'm
probably
not here to
number
make
2.
friends.
It's probably number 2.
Okay, Eli, and then our producer's like, hey, I'm gonna
I love that. I think that making yourself diversible,
Yeah.
And being just coming in any situation, any group of people, which is one thing I pride myself in, is just being accepting and understanding and listening to the
Does
people
your
around
color
you.
of skin make you more acceptable to U of O tailgate party than?
And then first off, the U of O loves me.
Right.
No, I'm not. I
don't think we feel it,
You're like you are an ambassador.
Sure.
So I'm wondering.
But I think that's different.
I think
for us.
I lived my life being in between, and feeling like I'm kind of in the middle. So I've always been the middleman, right? I don't stand out one way or another. And so I just never really looked at myself and I'm like, I'm just one, I'm half between. But
you understood the difference.
no, I get it. I just think that yesterday, I mean, you came to our tailgate. It's
great.
just old timers that have been there for years. We might have, hey, when I came around back in 2013, I spiced it up a little bit. There's nobody that looks like me and Akil hanging out at these tailgates, honestly.
That's what I was
unless we're football players. And I think
Well, it was funny because remember, so I was talking to so not Big Mike, but
Mike Barkley,
no, Mike O'Malley,
Mike McGee.
Mike McGee.
Yeah.
There's like 4 mics over here, so you got to be.
They're all mics.
They're all mics.
Yeah, they're all mics.
And McGee's over there, and I was like, "Oh, I know a lot of Irish guys, but I did my internship in Ireland," and he laughs, and he's like, "Hey, that guy's funny." And then the other Mike, the cop, another cop,
another Mike, Mike Larian.
He had this thing
Shout
on his
out.
knee, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, is that an ACL thing?" And he goes, "No, it's a blah blah blah." And we start talking about life and legs and athleticism. And he was actually the on-field officer for OU football.
Yeah, for sure.
So we started talking about the connection there because we used to have one shout outs to Officer Steele. So I think that's part of making friends is you're just able to connect with them, meet them where they're
But
at.
we just mesh, we meld, we just go into it without any apprehension, right?
Yeah.
And nothing, you just feel, you don't feel out of place. It's just the way.
Do you guys feel like you guys are the exceptions to the rule because you have a story to tell?
Great question. I think that we've kind of been talking about outside of the mold, outside, just being different. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm just me,
Yeah, if that's fair.
Well, here we go. So let's get back to number 2 on the list. All right. Ready? Play to win.
Competition.
Listen, an 80-year study found that people who are this is again.
The Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, stop.
2022.
What's the study?
We talked about it. It's 2022.
These are medical researchers. This was an 80-year study. Again, this is literally.
50-year
By
study
the way,
earlier. Is it an 80-year study now?
Stop. Because each study, like each one of these is, I'm telling you, I'm like, just give me a second. This is off of WebMD.
Sure.
And so each study is
WebMD.
different.
That's true.
And so they comprised a bunch of statistics. That's what they're saying.
Oh, you're going to die.
And they're saying
Cancer, man.
play to win. An 80-year study found that people who are contentious, like people that have bite back, meaning they pay attention to detail, they think things through, they try to do things the right way, they tend to live longer. They do more for their health and make choices that lead to stronger relationships and better career choices because they tend to ask more questions and bite back only because they need answers.
So the tagline of number 2 was
Everybody in this room is like talking
Play to win.
play to win.
Like you're like, so instead of
You're gonna live forever.
So they don't take yes. So that if like somebody goes, well, we want to give you a great deal, and you're like, tell me about the deal.
Asking questions.
Yeah.
So this comes back to maybe when I said assholes live forever. People that like shake, make waves, ask questions, don't just like go with things. Are inquisitive, but like it makes people people are uncomfortable with people that don't just accept things.
Yeah.
So again, number 2 is
Play to win.
play to win, right? It's just like why? You asking why in every situation you're in. Why?
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you do that, if you decide to take number 2 and put value in that, it's gonna like give you an extra 10 years. Here's what you're also going to get by being contentious. You're not going to get invited to parties.
Okay.
You're not going to be included in what the maelstrom is doing.
Sure.
Okay.
And you have to be okay with being excluded and not being angry about it.
But aren't those the people who don't care if they're like, well, you didn't invite me to the party, but then everyone at the party drank Kool-Aid, then they died.
You can't care.
Like
You can't get mad.
Everybody drank the Kool-Aid and they all died, and you're like, glad I didn't go to the party.
Like, personally, I think it's a hard thing for me to accept that when maybe you are that outlier. Maybe you do ask too many questions. Maybe you don't just go along.
I'm feeling it right now,
right.
dude.
But going back to what I said.
In Dunthorpe for 3 years in a row, easily all day long with all the heavy hitters of money. If I would have invited Akil to this, which I could have easily done this year if I would have been invited, Akil would have been like, after he would be like, holy shit, dude. Like, do you want a game plan? Like, I want a game plan after that. I would have been like, yeah. But the problem is, dude, I broke the conscript. I broke it for less than 365 days. Yeah. And in that period of time, I got motherfucking disowned by people that I've known and made money with for 20 years.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm
not complaining about it,
right.
But it's a reality.
You have to accept it.
I'm selling cars now.
I think Eli's witnessed the rage over here has actually witnessed some of like how I maintain some of these relationships, and I push back is that people tell me no all the time. I go, okay, and I go somebody else.
Yeah.
I just move on.
Sure.
Like, I literally go, fuck it. Bye. Like, I don't waste time. And I think that's something that
I struggle with that. I want to waste time. I want to know why. I want to have the full story, and I need to realize that like you're not going to get it sometimes. Yeah, right. Like, and I see that in you. And I think that's what I want to get to. Right. It's like living your own truth. Right. And like when you get the no's, not getting hung up on them.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I want the information so I can do better, but if you don't want to give it to me, I'm not going to spend all day talking to you about it. I'm just going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I know that he's not going to, because the way he is, he's not going to like spend a lot of time on this and credit what this is, but like it's because he came into my culture.
Yeah. And it's okay to be angry too.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish. But 6 months before someone who needed to be removed from their position with kids, a plan was hatched. Discussions were had. Scenarios were planned out. ABC 2-3 contingency was figured out. White world, black world, Mexican world, all of it. Okay? The dream was that when the dust settled, that he would still be impacting kids where he needed to impact kids where they needed him most.
I'm just fine.
Hey, fuck you, dude.
I love
I'm
you.
talking.
I know.
now.
I know.
I love you.
Now.
Have it out.
So I couldn't bring Ambassador Dog with me. I had to take the full force of what I knew about him, and also fuck you, dude, too, because you have power too. Like, I
He's
judge,
right.
I judge
He's right,
people
damn it.
by their relationships and who they're with,
Sure.
and how long they've sustained those relationships before I apply allegiance to any kind of ideas that anybody has.
Sure.
And so I do a full roundabout of who am I dealing with. And at the end of the day, I would rather be in a room with you motherfuckers
Sure.
in our submarine stranded at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Near the Titanic.
Just not that one.
People died.
I just want windows.
Okay.
This haunting.
People died. All right. Here.
What I'm getting at is like,
Yes.
I took that power
Yeah.
and I took that like thought that we came up with,
Huh.
and when I expressed it to the group of 20 white that could then take the voice and make it bigger,
Yeah.
I said, and you never heard this, I never said this to anybody, I said, I can't take credit for the material that I'm giving you. I'm a conduit.
You're able to express
No,
it.
dude, we made something happen that does not happen, dude.
But
So
here's the
fuck
thing.
you.
Hold on.
So
we
number
still
one.
need number one. And
Number
we're going to get
one.
back to this. No,
Sorry,
Mark.
it's emotional.
And here we go.
This is a platform for you to speak, Mark.
Eli has the number one right. Protect your DNA.
Wow.
It is all in
Wow.
your DNA.
that would
Give me some, dog.
protect your DNA?
No, it's all in your DNA. Like they say, protect your DNA, but it's all in your DNA.
Okay.
I don't think
As you age,
No, I don't know.
your chromosomes become shorter
I wanted
and
to
makes more likely
Sure.
to
Something
get sick.
on your behalf.
But your lifestyle over the time frame, if you already have strong DNA, then most likely your body can.
What's strong DNA?
So obviously,
Resistance to cancer.
like yeah. So if your family has been like,
So weird. I'm
Cancer
adopted.
resistant.
I can't jump into this.
well,
I know, hold on, finish,
But you
finish.
did your 23andMe. But
I
guys,
did.
Number
I
one
did.
is protect your DNA. So your DNA is the number one indicator that you will survive. And for most people,
think that's
that
easy.
tends to be people who come from families that survived.
Things?
Plagues,
Sure.
transatlantic slavery.
Wealth was
those
not
sort of
brought in.
things.
So wealth was not brought into this
Not
whatsoever.
at all.
which
And
is
that would
crazy.
be my zero.
Which is crazy.
That would be my and number zero.
Number
wealth.
zero. Right.
Be
I agree.
wealthy.
I think
Wealth gets you amenities, fellas. Amenities.
Wealth is not on this list.
No.
Well,
Wealth
it's
is
not in the
on
top
this
10.
list.
No, it's
not in the top 10.
It's
not.
amenities.
It's not in the top 10.
Or
but
did
there
genetics-
Did they factor for it, or is
so
it just
there are other ones. So
we're not even saying.
we did the top 10, and here are the other ones. It's number 11 was keep moving. Number 7 is drink it, or number 12 was drink in moderation.
None of that matters.
Number 13 was spirituality. Number 14 was people who are able to forgive. Number 15
I
was
do love that
safety.
one.
Number 17 was sleeping.
okay? Okay.
Number 18 was stress. Number 19 was purpose, and number 20 is anxiety and aging.
So the list is left incomplete if they don't mention wealth. It is completely
So
incomplete.
here's
in my
what I'm going to
opinion.
say, Eli.
ties into
Eli,
everything.
I think what you believe is so. Remember, they
Be wealthy. It'll make a lot of these
stop.
things
Let me
way
just,
easier.
Can I
Sure.
get to this? There's only 1% that's wealthy, while the 99% normally falls under 100, 200,000 a year. So you have to figure in what are all those people that aren't that 1%, because the 1% is just this much.
It doesn't matter about
So
the
they might-
1%. If you're talking about if you're making 100,000, you're still got money.
No.
That's money.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's not. Eli, you're
No,
what,
not at all.
dude?
Not at all.
$100,000?
Eli,
What are you eating? Fucking
the
top
average
ramen?
the average rent in the city,
$100,000.
the
How
average,
much money do you think I make?
I'm
dead. I'm dead off the spot.
but
You're standing right before me, dude.
the average rent.
You're not listening to
So
me.
Yeah,
Eli,
I am.
what I'm going to say is the average rent in Portland
Yeah.
is what $2,500.
Okay.
$2,500 multiplied by 12 gives you close to what 25, 27,
50 grand.
50 grand a year.
50
Oh,
grand.
okay.
So 50 grand. That's just rent. 50
Wait, how
grand.
did you get to 50?
2,500 times 12.
12 months.
So times 10 is
10 times 25. Wouldn't that be 20?
225,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's double.
But if you're at 12, you're almost
two more.
so
You're 30.
Property taxes.
So if you make 50,
if you're paying rent.
if you make 50, no,
true,
not property.
true.
So if you make 50 grand a year, 25,000 goes straight to rent.
Sure, but
We love
he
math
said
here.
100.
30, but
love
again,
math.
30% of what you make goes to the government in taxes.
Okay.
So then you've got to take that
You're
out.
saying, dude, like I'm not poor.
No,
I'm
no,
very poor.
No, what I'm saying is like if you make 50
How
grand.
do you make it on 100 grand?
What
How
I'm
do you
saying-
make it not on 30?
But again, if you make 50, well, you're
I
paying
made 1625 my last job.
You're always-
$62,000.
you've always no, I'm not going to say you've always, but do you pay less in rent than somebody else would normally pay rent?
Now I do, yeah. But no,
Before-
actually,
You had
but
you
me
had roommates?
individually, my last place I paid for less rent because I split it, and now in my
Between
new
three
place,
people, right?
Yeah.
2 people.
Well, there was three. There was 3 of you in that one place.
In and out.
Yeah.
But regularly, I was paying. It was a $625, and now I pay $800. Right, so I'm paying more than I was before.
But the average rent, and you guys are paying
Is a lot more.
Is 2,500,
But
and
I
that's what I'm
also lived
saying.
way the hell out in the numbers.
Yeah.
So there's a reason too. I was living in a bad neighborhood because
Yeah.
rents were cheaper.
Yeah, so that's like part
If
of
you're
it.
a
So
homeowner in Multnomah County, $100,000 is not dick, dude.
Yeah, but
well,
that's
we were
what I'm
talking about
saying.
fucking
that.
day.
I pay for what I have,
Dude, and
well,
being
we talked about this
unemployed-
yesterday. He's like,
Being-
we
and
pay
being
10. I go,
unemployed-
I pay 7.
Yeah.
and I don't have any land.
12. We paid 12 in property taxes.
Yeah, so that's why. So at the end
Again,
of the day,
we're getting back to
here we go.
money ties into
Longevity?
everything, but we talked about this whole
It's
list.
an expensive place
Cream?
to
Is this a
live.
cream?
No, but
Situation?
cash rules everything around me. Cream
It does.
and money. Dollar bill, y'all.
An expensive
So
place.
that's what I'm saying with the list? Is that left unsaid? Like, well, of course,
It
if you're
is.
wealthy,
Well, I
then you
I
can
don't
have
think
free
they
time.
could-
You can't
I
take
think you're
naps.
putting
Well,
more-
I didn't
think you
expect
can
them.
have
I
friends.
didn't expect them to list it.
Yeah, they're not going to list wealth, but let's
No.
just be honest. In order to do yoga and go to like all this fancy shit,
that's
take
not the
naps,
key,
you're like,
the fact
bro.
that they didn't make it explicit is what I have.
Let's talk
Again,
about
bullshit.
it goes back to what I said before. If it's not explicit for some people, they don't understand.
I think
it.
playing.
For
I
me,
think playing.
you tell me 10
playing
reasons-
to win is my number one.
Okay,
I like that too.
But if you tell me 10, these are the 10 things you do to stay alive.
No.
and you say, oh well, of course having money is part of that. It's like no, you listed the
no,
10
you,
things.
no,
You
no,
don't-
you don't. You don't have to.
You don't
But
think
everyone's
that's important.
thinking. Everyone's thinking what we're thinking. Like, why
Yeah.
isn't money listed
Why
on this
isn't money
list?
listed?
But by the way, I want to remind all of us
Yes.
that I'm 51.
Oh,
You are
horrible.
You are what just
I'm going to be. What
What is your
Just
point?
say it,
What's
goddamn.
your point? You do this
Yeah,
a
just-
lot.
You do this, Mark.
a lot.
Mark,
because
just get
you
to the
are
point.
you are growing up in a completely different world than I grew up.
Barely.
So no, it's not
It's-
barely, dude.
it's barely
Oh, no, it's different.
Our ethics and
You
our
act like you
shit
were
is-
born in the 19th century. It was 50 years ago.
Oh my
It wasn't
God,
that
Eli,
long ago.
Eli, the
Well,
fact that,
regional
you
Well,
know,
to-
between
you're
19
not willing
so when
to
he was
see the
so
difference
let's
in
look
the
at this.
90s in the early
I don't want to talk
You
about
went
age.
to school. If you went to school,
You could
and-
afford it?
in
Is that what your point
no,
is?
no. If you went to school, in Oregon Trail was the only video
third
game.
third grade, dude.
And Oregon Trail was the only video
Well,
game
I
you
lived in
had
the-
access to.
I lived in.
Get it.
I lived
There
in
was
the,
a couple
I lived in
more,
the country. It was like growing up in the 90s. We were behind
Bro,
the times.
When did you have the internet?
Uh,
At what age?
wait,
At what age?
Or
did
did you have
you have
dial,
the internet?
dial up or real internet?
When did you have
Okay,
Internet.
Mark didn't have dial-up.
Okay, I wasn't allowed to get on the internet till I was like 10 or 12.
I wasn't allowed to listen to anything but the Christian.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
have
the
any
same thing you
access
guys
to
have.
that until I was in the
So
mid-20s.
let's be very clear.
Okay.
I didn't have the internet till I was
matters,
in
dude.
It
15,
matters,
14.
but it's not as
It's
important as you
No,
think.
it matters.
It's
you don't
not.
say but not.
Okay.
It
No,
No,
matters.
I was locked in.
Okay.
Let's
not a
finish
button
this
on.
up.
So
It's why you are. It's why
We got-
I believe in the shit that you believe in. It's why I
We
believe
got-
in the equality that you want. It's why I believe in the equity that you want. Because when I was in the 90s, we weren't thinking about that. I wasn't listening
That's
to people
just
like
you. That's
you.
just you,
I didn't give a
man.
shit about people like you. And now I'm like, holy
people
fucking
like
shit.
you.
Yeah, dude. It was the fucking 90s, dude. I wasn't hanging out with kids who were potentially gay or in the closet in the 90s. I didn't have any
Whoa,
of
who's
that
gay?
experience.
First off,
No.
all
You know-
my
you know
friends
what
were
I'm getting
hanging
at is
out
what
with
I'm trying
me.
to say is like because you are the way you are, it's helped people who are like aware of shit in my age.
just
Like,
talking
oh,
about
we need to change shit. Things are fucked up.
Okay, Mark, I think you did hang out with gay people. You just didn't know it because they couldn't come out.
I said
Yeah.
We're in the closet.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not. I said that.
I think
Yes.
I think that's what helped change the perspective is you're like, oh, my friend Todd finally came out and he was 30. And it makes us all think differently about those sort of things. But
We're
either
talking
way you
about
put
longevity here.
longevity of life, let's think about the
Money is important.
money
Yes, it
is
buys you
part of that.
amenities.
It
I'm
buys
not
you
surprised it's not listed.
money. Well, because it's technically
it's-
not.
it ties
It's the
into
untangible.
everything. Yeah.
But it is the tangible
It's
because
security.
it helps us all out. So
Helps
with
you
that
make
being
friends.
said, there is no secret to life. We've
No,
all been
there's
sold a
not.
bill of goods. Hopefully,
Be an angry
we'll
bastard, but also be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Well-
friend and stop
Make-
smoking.
I don't want to. I feel like we're.
No, we're
I feel
good.
like
We're
this is-
good.
no, I feel like you're saying we're good, but it's like I don't disagree with.
This is an open-ended.
what you're saying.
And that's the Sunday Funday podcast. The hangover never sounded so good. Thank you for joining us here because guess what? There is no secret to life.
No.
There's no secret to longevity. But if you decently live a good life, work hard, and present yourself as a better human, and you do small things to make your
Don't
life
accept
better.
no.
I think the hustler is really the thing that needs to be out there.
Don't
The real
accept
hustler
no's.
lives forever.
Don't accept
so
no's.
health, wealth, and happiness. Have a great day and even better tomorrow. This is the Sunday Funny Podcast. Your hangover never sounded so good. Deuces. You guys are so funny.